The Hanslope Show Podcast. Your village, your podcast. It's all about Hanslope.
Hello, this is Trev, and welcome to the Hanslope Show Podcast, our May edition, and already 6 episodes in. And as I mentioned before, blown away by how many people are listening and say to me that they'd listen too. So thank you so much for downloading it and spreading the word too. That's really important. Now, there are some posters that I put up in the village too. So there's a QR code there to link to the podcast. If you can spread the word for people not on Facebook and haven't heard yet about the podcast, that'd be great. Thank you very much. Now, a bumper episode. We're going to learn about netball in the village. We're going to learn about the Orphean Singers, who meet at the Methodist Church on a Monday night. And finally, you'll hear from Jeff and Joe, who put on a terrific night to help people stop the bleed and start the hearts. And if you were there, it's well worth another listen, and it could help save a life. A bold claim for this podcast, but let's put it out there. This one saves lives. Now, before we get going, really want to once again say to you, if you want anything on the podcast, please get in touch. The email address is on the posters around the village or on Facebook, of course. Just message me there. But the email address, trevor@thisismyfilm.com. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. Lots going on. Let's hear from you about your business, your club, whatever you want to archive for our village too. This is turning into a bit of an archive for Hanslope. And before we get into this month's podcast, of course, a massive thank you to Hague Property Professionals, and that's Adam and the team there as well. Without them and the Hanslope Parish Council, we couldn't do it. So a massive thank you for that support. So first up is a little trip down to the Rec on a Tuesday night. You may well have seen it on the Facebook pages that there's some netball going on. And I went down there and had a chat with Lucy. And first of all, here's Kim.
The Hanslope Show Podcast. It's all about Hanslope.
It's Hanslope Netball. It's 7 till 8 every Tuesday at the Rex Mugger. Open to anybody over the age of 16 that just wants to come along and play a bit of netball.
Brilliant. Okay, and of course Lucy here as well. Lucy, tell us why you started the netball club up.
Yeah, it started at the Queen's Jubilee way back when it was, and the Mugger hadn't been here for very long, and we heard that it had facilities for netball. So it was about 5 of us that got our heads together and started a netball team, which has been going for quite a long time. Some of the girls now play for the Hawks, which was part of it, and they play league. So Tuesday's kind of the fun training where we just come out, have a chat, have a laugh, and Wednesday's the more serious game time.
Okay, tell us about Tuesday, what you get up to.
Kim, we do a bit of training, don't we?
Yeah, so we often start off with a bit of a warm-up. We've had lots of new people join, so first bit's normally just getting to know each other. So we do a bit of warm-up, we do a few drills, and then we normally go into an attacking and defending game. Brilliant.
And in terms of the league for the Wednesday for the Hawks, Lucy, tell us how they're getting on and what's happening there.
Yeah, they've done really well. They've won a couple of cups for best sportsmanship. It has gone now down to 2 divisions, which is quite tough, but they're definitely holding their own. And the more experience we've had, the better we've got.
Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, so if people want to come along then, I guess the Tuesday is the first one to start on, is that right, Kim?
Yeah, the Tuesday one is really just, there's some people that haven't played since school. There's some people that do play in other leagues that just want to come and have a bit of extra fun. There's some that just want to get out of the house and just meet new people. So it's really open to anyone.
Yeah. And Lucy, who is coming down? Who's playing?
I think at first, because lots of us are mums, it was fitting everything in. So some people come every week, some people bi-weekly, but it's normally pretty much the same faces you'll get to see. And obviously it develops with more than netball with our nights out sometimes as well.
Okay, in terms of equipment, do you have to bring anything or it's all here?
No, it's all here. It's all set up, yeah. And it's free of charge because we don't actually get charged for the use of the games area. So it's free. So, yeah, keeps you fit, you get new friends, and it's, a really nice thing to do.
Okay, do we have to get in touch with anybody to say we're going to come down or just rock up?
We're happy for people to just rock up. A few people have done in the last few weeks. I do put on Facebook every week on the village page that people are welcome. People have got in touch through that, or people have just turned up. So it is very open.
Brilliant. Okay.
To come as and when.
Fantastic. Lucy, remind us, tell us when we can come along, what Tuesdays and Wednesdays?
Yeah, it's Tuesday 7 till 8. Wednesday, the times change because it's league. So we start on a Tuesday and we can tell you more if you're interested in joining league as well.
Okay, fab.
Everyone is welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The Hanslope Show Podcast. Your village, your podcast. It's all about Hanslope.
Massive thanks to Lucy and Kim for explaining exactly what Hanslope Netball Club is all about. Now, this next bit will fill your heart with joy. It certainly did mine. I popped down to the Methodist Church on a Monday night and just sat at the back for about 45 minutes whilst I heard the most amazing choir, the Orphean Singers. And first of all, you'll hear the incredible choir, and then Chrissy will explain all about the Orphean Singers that meet on a Monday night at the Methodist Church.
May he guard you and uphold you. May his spirit be ever by your side.
Orphean Singers, well, they have been going since 1952. So we always had our special anniversaries as the same as the Queen, which we used to love.
Yeah.
So we used to do a last night of the proms type thing at those nights. But it's always been very good. It's always been a very welcoming choir. I found it because I'd just had a second baby. I needed to get out, and I did a bit of singing at church, did things I didn't know I could do, and then thought I'd like to join a choir. But as soon as you come in, you're sat down, you're made welcome, and it's a good laugh. So they're very keen on social side as well as the singing. But the joy is that everyone is welcome. You don't have to read music. You don't have to do an audition. You know, there are some people, if anybody comes in and they are particularly like, you know, Les Dawson's piano mode, then we have a little word and we just guide them.
Yeah,
we don't say, you know, there's the door, off you go, shut it on your way out. We just say, right, how about trying it this way or whatever. So no one is rejected.
Yep.
And from that, you know, we have people then love it and then they go and have some lessons somewhere, which is great.
Sure.
And if they really get into it, they just do the best they can. And there's no cliques, which sometimes in some of the bigger ones, and everyone can choose a piece of music or have an input. It's just a lovely, lovely place to be, and there's no strict rules about it.
Sure.
We're very easygoing.
There's a lovely energy in the room.
Oh yeah, we love a good laugh.
Yeah.
If anything, sometimes we can be a bit naughty.
It's a little bit like school in many
it
ways.
Is, you know.
In terms of the Kath leading as the MD and your wonderful pianist. What's her name?
Oh, Hannah. Hannah is our pianist, and we are so lucky to have her because that was always we have had times over the years when we've not had an accompanist, and whoever's conducting at the time has had to try and do both, or we've had to do things without, or one of us is plonking out one finger on the keyboard. Sure. So we are blessed to have Hannah, absolutely. And she's been with us for a few years now, quite a few years, and she came as this little fresh-faced student, and now she's, you know, married and we're getting on with her life. And she loves us, which is great, because we thought, we're all a bit older, a bit of an older choir. But having said that, last year, year before, we had a young lady from the village who came and joined us, and she was 15. Yeah. So at one point we had our oldest member, who was Betty Gray, who did live in the village, and a lot of people will know her. Betty was like 9, even now she would tell me off for saying her age. She was like 92. And there's Layla sitting there who's 15, and they got on like a house on fire. Brilliant. It was lovely, and you don't get that in many places, so it's that inclusivity, which is great.
Well, I certainly get that from just being here this evening and sitting at the back of the room and just the sampling what you guys are doing is incredible. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful sound, isn't it?
It is. Whenever we go somewhere, they always say, we can hear every word you're singing and you all look like you're having a wonderful time. So that is very special.
Yes.
You know?
I imagine all the group have their own stories about why they come along to Orphean. Is that right?
Absolutely. Some people come out just to get a break from the, you know, the everyday nitty-gritty. Most people come for the company, I think, and the social side, and they just love to sing. You know, so if you sing in the shower, you sing in the bath, sing sitting on the loo, just get over here and sing in the hall. It's fun. We are blessed to have this building as well in the Methodist Church. We've been here, I can't remember how long we've been here now. That must be a good old while now. It must have been since the 70s. But they charge us a reasonable fee. It's like home from home. We always do now every end of term, which is in July and in December. We always do our last night is always like a family and friends night, we call it. And we do that as a thank you to all the people here. And we have refreshments and and it's lovely because it's so informal. We get to know people when they come in now, so it's just like singing for your friends. It's great, you know.
I imagine that's a really good night.
Oh, it's lovely. It's good fun.
And in terms of performances, you were saying that during COVID that they've gone down a little bit.
They have
but you
gone
still
down
perform.
a bit. We still perform. We just mainly do. Our two main ones are the two family and friends nights, and then anybody that wants to raise money, we never charge for our time. We're just happy to go and sing for whoever wants us. We're doing one in Old Wolverton actually, which is Andrew, our other tenor's church. That's in May. Is it the 16th of May? 16th of May. We're doing a spring concert there, which is some of the music you've heard tonight. And that again, no entrance fee. Come on, have a lovely afternoon, Saturday afternoon. Refreshments, raffles, very relaxed, and it should be a lovely afternoon. So if you've not heard us before, come and see us there, and from that hopefully maybe people will think, oh yeah, I'll have a go at that. Come join us, it's good fun.
Really good fun. Three things I'm blown away by is the venue, as you were saying. It's amazing. How friendly you guys are, and also how you sound as well.
I think actually they don't realise how good they can be. I really don't think they do. And so when I do a bit of conducting, I'm standing that side of it, I just look at them and say, you need to stand here and listen to yourselves, be confident and be brave and just sing out. It's just lovely.
So started at the beginning of the year, wanted to join a choir. My friend Jeanette said, there's one at the Methodist Church, and we came along and have been welcomed so beautifully into it.
It seems like a really fun group. There's a really good vibe about the place.
Yes, it is a very nice, friendly and fun, and with a lot of caring people, actually. They'll say, how are you? And if there's something going on, how is that? So, easy to fit in.
I imagine everyone's got their stories. I was saying to Christy that everyone's got their stories about why they come to a choir and to the Orphean Singers. What's your story? Why did you come along?
So I love to have a bit of a sing-along. Haven't really sang in any kind of public space since I was at school, which was a few years ago. It's just great fun. You can't think of anything else because it's a time-out zone as well. I was surprised at how technical it is, i.e. it's proper music and proper songs and proper harmonies. Hadn't thought about that. I thought I was going to be singing some kind of karaoke, I think. But and the total sounds beautiful, so I keep coming.
What would you say to other people that are thinking about singing on a Monday night here in the village? What would you say about coming along?
I would say don't think about it, just come along. Everyone's welcoming. If you can't read music, it doesn't matter. There's lots of help, so although we've got the proper scripts in front of us, you can make little notes. If you can't sight read, then you can listen to songs and learn. So it's easy and it's fun.
Well, again, I started in the January because we had been invited along to hear the Christmas concert, which we sat there and said, this is lovely. And I thought, I can't sing like that. But we came along in January and love every minute of it. It sounds so professional.
It really does, and I lost myself for a second there, it really did. It was beautiful to listen to.
Which is the benefit of a Monday night. I look after my 15-month-old grandson on a Monday, so this is really delightful.
I can imagine you need
beats
this.
a gin and tonic.
Yeah, that's it. So how do people come along and find out more about you?
They can either pop into us on a Monday evening. We're here from 7:30 to 9:30. You can just stick your head in the door and say, knock on the door. Front door is usually open, except for Hoppers Day when we lock it because we're at the back having a cuppa. So, but hopefully you'll be there before Hoppers Day. Other than that, we have got a Facebook page. There is an email. We've got emails and things that we can give out. I don't know if we do that on here, but we can do that. If not, ask the Methodist Church, how do we get in touch with the orphans? They will know how to get in touch with us. But the easiest thing to look at is the Facebook page. Go from there.
And also what I'd just say is that just pop in on a Monday and just, as I've done this evening,
have a listen.
Sit at the back and just have a listen because it's,
and then you can get
blow
a feel.
You away.
Yeah, have a feel from that, whether you think, is this for me or not for me? Yeah, we don't mind that. More than welcome for anyone to just drop in and have a listen.
But I haven't sung for a long time, and I really enjoy it because you're made to feel welcome. So if you're thinking about singing, come along.
Very nice, very nice.
And it was very, very nice indeed. What an incredible sound. Thanks to Chrissy and everyone at the Orphean Singers that made me feel very welcome one Monday night at the Methodist Church. Now, recently, Jeff, who has lived in the village, not very long, you'll hear how long he's lived in the village for, organised a night at the club that was all about stopping the bleed and starting the heart. And he invited a friend of his, Joe, and as you'll hear, Joe is an experienced lifesaver, dedicated his life to it. And before you hear this, as you'll hear, Joe is linked and connected with his family to Pink Punters over in Fenny Stratford, and our thoughts and prayers are with Joe and his family at this tough time. As you would have heard recently, Pink Punters had a dreadful fire. Thankfully, everyone got out safely. And actually, when you hear Joe speak, you can maybe understand a little bit why that club was a very safe club to go to in terms of the staff looking after you. Like I said, to Joe and his family, our thoughts are with you at this very tough time of an iconic venue in Milton Keynes and what it's going through right now. So here's what happened at the club, and this one could help save your life.
The Hanslope Show Podcast. Your village, your podcast. It's all about Hanslope.
My name is Joe McMahon.
And
Jeff Ankin.
So Joe, what's happening here tonight in the club?
Well, we're going to run a Stop the Bleed course, which is a national course organised by and designed by the charity Citizen Aid.
You're vastly experienced, I can tell, Joe. Tell us how many years you've been doing this kind of thing.
Well, I've been with the emergency services in London for just under 40 years. I've just retired, and now I'm my family-owned the organisation Pink Punters, and I'm actually just interested in the community safety element of what we're doing. I've always been involved in community safety, whether it be through the fire service, the ambulance service, the helicopter service in London, or the lifeboat service, all four services that I've worked for. Throughout all of that time, I've learned that actually teaching members of the public has been just as crucial to influencing survival factors as actual care itself. So teaching people to do things, to act before we arrive, before I arrive, before any of the emergency services arrive, is a well-proven strategy for improving the outcome of people from all kinds of catastrophes. In this particular instance tonight, we're looking at severe blood loss. People can bleed to death in under 5 minutes, and the national target for ambulances to arrive is 8 minutes. So, as you can see, if you do the maths, it's unlikely, in some cases, for people to survive if the right care and treatment isn't delivered at that crucial time.
And how important is it for a village like Hanslope to have a night like this where we come together and we get skilled up?
Well, I think it's very important because it doesn't matter how many resources you have provided by the statutory authorities, the sooner you can get people to an incident, the greater the chances of survival. So if, for example, we got Alistair here tonight from the Community First Responder Scheme, Alistair will be there to get there ahead of the ambulance service. But if you can get someone that's there ahead of Alistair, if you can get someone that's there when it actually happens, you can't get a faster response than that.
And what are you expecting in terms of what will people take away from tonight? What's the one or two key messages?
There are 3 key skills now which we really want everyone in the country to be able to do. That is to be, when it comes to severe blood loss, we want people to be able to put direct pressure onto a wound. We want people to be able to pack a wound properly, and we want people to be able to apply a tourniquet safely and effectively. So 3 very key skills, all highly proven to save life when time is absolutely critical.
And in terms of how we're geared up now in the village, we have a defibrillator. How important is that now? Or we have quite a few, in fact, in the village now. How important is that, for example?
Well, Hanslope is actually a remote village. And it's really important that resources are put into the village and people are trained, because it will take time for the emergency services, particularly if it happened at the busiest periods of the week. But if it happens at any time, every 1 minute there's a delay in defibrillation reduces the chance of survival by 10%. So if you just think about it, and you've got 5 minutes before the ambulance arrives, when you're standing next to a defibrillator on the wall, you have improved that patient's chances of survival by 50%, 50. That's amazing. The newest European Resuscitation Council guidelines, which came out or are being implemented from the 1st of January this year, are, for example, that defibrillators shouldn't be locked and bleed kits shouldn't be locked away in cabinets. Those cabinets should now be left open because, as I said earlier about the 10% 1 minute rule, people can actually spend 20 to 30% of someone's chances of survival waiting to get the code if they've had to dial 999, which it used to be. So it's really important that we can get people to understand what needs to be done very, very quickly, and that's getting access to the defibrillator. But then on top of that, the new guidelines also say is you don't need training. The defibrillators are based on the fire extinguisher principle, is that you don't actually need to have training to use a fire extinguisher. You can go to a fire extinguisher and the instructions are on it. However, it's better if you've had some sort of familiarisation beforehand. And the AEDs are exactly the same. The newest guidelines are that you don't need training. Just go to the defibrillator. It should be unlocked in the cabinet. Take it out, turn it on, and it will give you all of the instructions that you need. If you don't know what to do, you've never done it before, just take your time and follow the prompts. It will tell you exactly what to do. If you know what to do because you've been trained, then you can just get on ahead of it and speed things up. But it's really important that people understand that nowadays, with the simplicity of these devices, you don't actually need to do mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. So some people don't like to do mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, so don't like to get involved. Well, actually, it's been proven that chest compression only, CPR, significantly improves the patient's chances of survival as well. So all in all, it's about simplifying it and people having the confidence to realise, actually, this is not as difficult as it used to be. It used to be difficult years ago, but now everything has been simplified because it really is an easy procedure, and everybody should be thinking, I want to do this, I can do this, get on and do it. Prove many, many people that are alive today are alive because of that very simple system, and we're hoping to do exactly the same with the bleed kits and giving people the confidence to be able to recognise severe life-threatening bleeding and act very quickly.
It's all about confidence, isn't it? And we can't thank you enough for being here. And I guess how important it is this for the village to come together, as we've got many people here in the club now, to learn what to do and be confident.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there's a good number of people here. I think people recognise that listening to the news every day, we hear more and more about various things that can happen in society, whether it be just isolated incidents such as a stabbing or a terrorist attack, which can result in multiple casualties. But nonetheless, all of this is about giving people the confidence to be able to act, carrying out very, very simple procedures. So things like stopping the bleeding and starting a heart are critical. Some very simple skills, and everybody should learn it. And the new guidelines also recommend that children from the age of 4 should now start to be being taught. So hopefully we'll see in schools take on board this initiative that worldwide children are being taught to save lives because children are very capable of doing these very simple skills. And if children can do it, then adults can do it.
Joe, nice to meet you. And Jeff, you helped organise tonight. You must be thrilled at how many people are here.
I am. I'm absolutely amazed by how many people are here tonight, to be fair. I've only been in the village 15 months and I really wanted to do something for the community. And, here I am. This is the result of the first thing that I've done.
Well done, Jeff.
And,
they're chomping at the bit, by the way, behind us, so we better get going. But I think they're a gory bunch. They want to see some blood and see a defib working. So, but well done, Jeff. Well done.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Trevor.
And it's really important that villages are doing exactly what you're all doing here now. You've come out because it's important. And it's where people don't do that, it's where people die and go, oh, yeah, Jack, he collapsed at the weekend and died and he collapsed in the street. Well, actually, you can change the story. But you can only change the story by making an effort. And I'll get on my high horse now.
Wendy from the Watts, you're here tonight. What do you think about this tonight?
Well, I think it was absolutely amazing, and I'll tell you what, I have actually had first aid training, but this was something just a little bit different, so just simple information and that you feel like you can act on. So, very, very, very valuable, I think, so, yeah.
Brilliant. Great. It's really good feedback, and so many people here.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. It was good.
I think it was fantastic. I thought the speaker was brilliant, and it was fun, wasn't it?
It was fun.
It was fun and really useful, And
also, but very simple, but effective.
It's amazing, isn't it? Really simple measures, a few simple things that we should all know, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
We really should. No, I thought it was excellent, well worth it, and I think he's going to come back again. So if anyone missed it, definitely come along. Really good.
Thanks to Jeff and to Joe for inviting us along for a terrific night at the club that hopefully, let's hope you don't need it, but certainly will help you save a life if you're ever put in that situation. You heard from Wendy from the Watts and also Richard as well from the Parish Council, just ending things on that section of the podcast. And thanks to Richard too for his thoughts. And as he said, they will put on another night in the future. And of course, we'll let you know here on the Hanslope Show podcast when that will be. We'll also try and catch up with Alistair soon as our village first responder and get his thoughts on the defib units here in the village and also Stop the Bleed kits as well. So I look forward to catching up with Alistair and picking his brains and finding out more about our village safety. And thank you for listening. This has been the Hanslope Show podcast. Every month we'll drop another one for you. Spread the word, please. Thank you. And if you want to be involved with your business, your club, whatever you do in Hanslope, we want to know about it. You know how to get in touch. Please do so. And once again, thanks to Hague Property Professionals and the Hanslope Parish Council for supporting the Hanslope Show podcast. Spread the word.
The Hanslope Show podcast. Your village, your podcast. It's all about Hanslope.